Shalom and greetings to you all. Now, isn't it fascinating that all over the world trucker convoys are forming? Wow, in countries you wouldn't even think of. And while some like to think otherwise, it's not about vaccines, since I understand over 90% of the truckers are vaccinated. And as they themselves say, it's about mandates and freedom. The world over, we have inherent within us that desire to be free, especially in communities where it was but has been taken away. People throughout history have traveled far and wide for freedom. Many a mile to freedom, many a smile to tell. Ask my bluebird to sing you from the heart of a wishing well. Call all my reindeer to graze here. Call all my grain to grow. Then together we flow like a river. Together we melt like the snow. Now, for some unbeknownst reason to me, we seem to be living in a much more divided world now than ever before, because we were so divided within as well as without. It's just staggering to see what's happened to the world. We've succumbed to the deadly plagues of mob mentality. And of course, one of the great drivers of the mob, is what they call social media. We should progress as humanity instead of regress. We should be getting better all the time. We should be united in our love for life, for the world we share with so many other things, with spiritual belief systems, with the commonality of humanity and its reach for harmony. Unfortunately, there just seems to be more hate and anger and derision than ever. I remember reading something probably more than 50 years ago now. It's always struck me, and it's always stayed with me. And it reminded me of the warning and lesson from the Torah, beware the mob and protect and defend others. The two great lessons. You don't have to agree with them to be there for them. I do not understand where the hate comes from, but I fear it will now take a generation, if not longer, to recover. Those words I read are that most famous quote from Martin Niemöller. He was a German pastor who was a great supporter and proponent of the Third Reich. But a turning point in his political sympathies came with a January 1934 meeting of Hitler, him, and two prominent Protestant bishops who were there to discuss government overreach and pressures being put on churches. At the meeting, it became clear that Niemöller's phone had been tapped by the Gestapo. It was also clear that this group that had been formed, the Pastors' Emergency League, which he was one of the founders of, was under state surveillance. Now, following this meeting, Niemöller would come to see that the Nazi state was a dictatorship and one in which he would actually oppose. And he said, first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me. There was no one left to speak for me. I'll never forget that. Be there to speak for someone, my friends, because someone will be there for you. Now, perhaps the greatest thing you can do is to speak for those who need defenders, who need advocates. In doing so, you protect those who need protection, as we are called on to do, and you teach others to do the same. We're all teachers. It might be the great hidden superpower that we actually all have. You don't need a degree in education. You need to share your knowledge. You need to be an example, a voice, just as we were instructed to do during the Passover ritual, and as the Talmud tells us, one of our main goals is to teach, especially teaching our children. Baby, we was making straight A's, but we were stuck in dumb days. Don't take much to memorize your life. I feel like we've been hypnotized, and then that magic man, he come to town. He done spun my head around. He said, recess is in session. 2 and 2 make 5. And now, baby, I'm alive. And if you want to be the teacher's pet, baby, you just better forget. Rock got no reason, rock got no rhyme. You better get me to school on time. I have to thank the builder who reminded me how awesome that film was, but it's true. The greatest gift you can share, teach. Teach those around you to speak up. Defend those that they see who need help. With Purim coming in just a month, it's a reminder we must be thankful that Esther spoke up when it was forbidden, not just for women, but anyone to speak unspoken to by the king to the king. Well, she spoke up for her people. She saved them from genocide. And kudos to Enos Cantor Freedom, speaking up for the Uyghurs in China. I know China's not going to care that he or you may speak up, but the companies that you support ultimately will. How hard would it be for us to come together to object to genocide? Pastor Niemöller told us what happens when you do not. It doesn't have to be at someone you're close to. Without realizing it, you're close to everybody, my friends. The same atoms, the same energy. We are all connected, and we're here to help each other. Just as we're connected when we come together to honor those like us and those different. Because we are a community, a collective consciousness of seekers showing faith, any faith. Love, any love. It is a true chavura, a fellowship of men expressing our nature of kindness. Compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes. It unites us all. We have our community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. Sharing, bringing light, keeping fear at bay. And even though we're together, we're individual in our approach, each connecting in his or her or their own way. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know. Some physically, some digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, any way you want to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Hine Matov. Shevet Achim Gam Yach. Hine Matov Umenayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yach. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world, my friends. Remember, this is you setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah. It's your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. And goodwill and intention are the roots of what you can control in life, of what you can correct. It is your intention that sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. Let's take some time now. Let's use that intention. Send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. It floats through space, finding those in need. Send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing, renewal, and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world, the tikkun olam, healing of the world that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. We have to help heal the world. It's not something we complete. It is simply an ongoing task that we undertake in this lifetime. It is for every lifetime. And we each must do our own individual part, because each of us has to do what we can to improve and change our own little corner of the universe. Because as we change ourselves, we change the conditions of life. Part of that healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. And they don't have to be sick. It's for those in your hearts, in our minds. So let's all send out energy for people in need everywhere, like candles. Special thoughts and prayers for John, Maria, for Inga and Terry, for Marvin, for Doria, Coco, for Alana, for Leanne, for Alex, Joseph and Aurelia, for Agent K, Snoopy, for Kathleen, James, for Dave, Mookie, for Lori, for Anne, for all of our sacred animal friends everywhere, for everybody you know in need, for the whole world, for Scotty, for Devora. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, it's the goodwill and love we all send out. It just circles the world, finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Me, Shabbat. Avotenu Makor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Barak, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing. Should we call upon God to heal as He has healed before? Misha Barak, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy. It's in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. And there's another great North American holiday that's going to be celebrated coming up this week. Something in the way she moves. All I have to do is think of her. Something in the things she shows. Don't want to leave her now. I believe and have. Yes, it's going to be Valentine's Day, the non-Jewish, almost equivalent to the Festival of Love. Now, I personally always look forward to the 15th a little more, because all of the chocolate that didn't get sold goes on sale. And while contraband always does excite, nothing, my friends, is actually more satisfying than love. Love is the glue that holds the world together. Take my hand. Take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. You know what love is meant to be. So tell he or she who you love that you love them. This week we're going to read Tetzavah, command. It's a bit of an odd selection of things. The oil for the lamp, the vestments for the priesthood, with the famous breastplate of Aaron that everybody knows. And of course, the mysterious Urim and Thummim. And again, these are things that we know from history, from mystery, from imagination. Why here? Why is this here? Well, I hate to tell you, but it's almost like filler. We've heard a little bit about the things that the people are to make. And this is just a continuation of it. But it's actually setting up a scene to prepare for Moses' 40-day journey up the mountain to receive the tablets of law and to see the blueprints for what he's got to build. And that's coming up like next week. Now, these incredible objects that we read about, they're not being made to be idols. They're not worshipped for what they are. They are emblems of the unification of science and art, intellect and emotion. They are signs of honor of the deity who gave you freedom. Exodus 28:2. And you shall make holy clothes for Aaron, your brother, for glory and for beauty. Beauty inspires. Building beautiful places for the practice of religion is actually a valuable thing. We must recognize the value of art and beauty. The building, the priest's clothing, the music, the smells, the tastes. Religion is not the enemy of the senses. Just look at the description of the creation of the incense. Some of our greatest spiritual adventures are those accompanied by sensual participation. What do people do when they honor the Sabbath, regardless of the religion they practice? They light candles to to engage our sense of vision. Wash our hands. Have a taste of wine, a taste of bread. Burn some incense. It is the engagement of our senses because we are sensual beings. Exodus 28:9. And you shall take 2 onyx stones and inscribe the names of the children of Israel on them, 6 of their names on one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the second stone, according to their birth orders. And you shall make a breastplate of judgment, designer's work. You shall make it like the work of the ephod. You shall make it gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and woven linen. It shall be square when doubled, its length a span, and its width a span. You shall put a mounting of stones in it, 4 rows of stone, a row of cornelian, a topaz, and an emerald, the one row. The second row, a ruby, a sapphire, a diamond. The third row, a jacinth, an agate, an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their mountings. The famous breastplate of Aaron, and we see recreations of it all over the place. And you shall put the Urim and Thummim in the breastplate of judgment. And they shall be on Aaron's heart when he comes in front of the Lord, and Aaron shall carry the judgment of the children of Israel on his heart in front of the Lord always. Now, these special items, especially the Urim and Thummim, they're only mentioned 4 times in the Torah, and we just don't know what they are. All we know is that it made it possible to ask questions of God and get a direct answer, and that this was done through a priest, not a prophet. It was a mechanism other than prophecy to learn the will of God, and it is known as a practice only in Israel's earliest era, which means they disappeared fairly early. It's almost like an ancient 8-ball, where you shake the thing, you ask the question and shake the thing. That's what this was. Anyhow, my friends, we're going to read about all of the creation of these things. They're all sacred objects because the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle. Make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them, especially this week of love. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone and end to terror and hatred. We're a community, my friends. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive and learn to love. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week. Week of love and light. Week of peace. A week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe because we set in motion everything that happens in our lives. It is our intention, our kavanah. It's our cause, our effect. Everything's linked. Now, as I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven because you have the knowledge of what's good and bad. So acknowledge what you have done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness, but always do so with sincerity, with accountability and vulnerability, and forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be a forgiving and compassionate person. Because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace lies in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people, the world, just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love, because it's always in front of you. Remember to have faith. Just as I have faith in the principle of love and of all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year, and may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body. Expand the heart, quiet the mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. So make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform lives around you because you're never alone. You're forever blessed, and you have the ability to bring blessings to everyone else. So bless as many people as you can, because your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Be kind, be gentle, be loving. Bless others as you bless yourself. And love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Embrace forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone. Someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. Speak up for someone, because someone will speak up for you. Continue to explore faith and what it means to you, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced others have too, we share together. We learn together, we help each other, because we are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean. Remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive. Keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. Go and share love this week, because there is a special magical dance we all go through when we are in love. Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Say goodnight and goodbye. Or perchance, when the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? You be my new romance, on the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? I would love to dance. The other night I actually watched the movie with Yul Brynner with hair. It looked very strange. Anyhow, thank you for joining me, my friends. Have a great week. And please keep exercising forgiveness and love, and be thankful, be gracious, be kind, be loving. Believe in yourself and in love. Continue to spread a little goodwill to the world, and never forget you are the miracle in someone else's life. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.